Let's do Dilley. There's a reason I've been, and I'm, we talked about it. We don't want to do Dilley all the time, but he does need to be fucking put in check because I've been getting tagged a lot in these Twitter things.
We got sucked into the
Dilleyverse
vortex of the Dilley universe.
Yeah, and I'm getting a lot of people telling me. A lot of people telling me that, because, when we looked at his Periscope videos, people are all like, oh, I was like, all right, I got to give him credit. He gets a lot of views. But people are saying those views have to be faked. There's no way he gets that much of a following. Somebody clipped us saying we don't need you on Twitter.
Boy, Chronic Ops.
So
Shout out
clear.
to Chronic Ops.
It's very funny.
That's
Sorry,
our dog.
I was trying to pull up the Dilley stuff, and I noticed that as I was scrolling. Anyway, he apparently has written a book and all this stuff. He fakes his views.
Probably. Fakes.
Okay, so he wrote a book. And somebody sent them a text message saying, a weekend left to work. When I got home and there was a package on my doorstep, your book was inside with an anonymous letter asking me to read it. I read the entire thing that night because he wrote a book. And he has all these fake reviews on Amazon for his book. This is a review for Dilley's book. Ready? This book saved my life. This book came to me by what some might call a miracle. A high power, most definitely. God, if that's what you believe in.
Changed my life.
This book changed my life. That is correct. As a matter of fact, I want to show you.
Before I read this book, I was employed and married. Now
I am homeless and divorced. Here, look. This is a totally real review for one of Still Breathing: The Wisdom and Teachings of a Perfectly Flawed Man. Wait a second.
I'm gonna. That sounds like a book written by Carlos Navarro.
It is.
I want to put a gun in fucking this dude's mouth. How do you fucking write a book title like that? You're a man.
Here it is. Still Breathing: The Wisdoms and Teachings of a Perfectly Flawed Man. He wrote this book October 9, 2013. By the way, I'd already tell you that most of these things are bullshit. When it has 300 reviews and they're all 5 stars, I doubt it. This is a self-help book that breaks all the rules.
All the rules.
You see these stops? We're pulling them. Pull those stops out. Mike, you see this book of rules? I'm throwing them out the window.
See this? Hang on. I got a list of rules right here.
Are you ripping them? He ripped the rules, folks! If you're looking for a bunch of one-liners and warm and fuzzies, you won't find them here. Trust me, I know there's no one-liners with you, bud. This is not your... I'm going to get through this, and I want to let you know how painful it is. I'm about to read it.
It's good. Why don't you give him the fucking...
This is not your mom and dad self-help book.
That's because my mom and dad didn't read self-help books.
Still Breathing
My mom and dad drank and fought like normal people and got it out of their systems.
Still Breathing is relevant, it's practical, and above all, thought-provoking. Brendan Dilley's message does not come sugar-coated or wrapped in a pretty bow.
Yeah, that's right. And his opinion is that non-offending pedophiles have a right to exist. Am I correct? Am I right, Brendan
Am I
Dilley?
right, Dilley?
Brendan Dilley believes in freedom of expression. If that expression involves the love between a man and a child, well then, by God, Brendan Dilley believes in your constitutional rights.
Allegedly, we don't know.
I'm not going to read the book.
He takes
I just assume it's a pro-pedophilia book.
By the way, the book is doing so good, 300. It's out of print. But that's good, right?
It's so bad that digital version's out of print.
Can you imagine him doing an audiobook of it, having to listen to that?
Hey guys, I'm going to help you out. It's the Dillster here. Kafifi Coffee.
The lesson within the... Okay, he takes an aggressive, unfiltered approach to self-help and doesn't pull any punches. Through his humor and unwavering authenticity, he allows you to confront your fears and insecurities. Still Breathing contains the practical advice necessary to forgive those who hurt you. And more importantly, forgive yourself for your past mistakes and imperfections. The lessons within these pages will assist you in living a more passionate, purposeful existence.
I would like to live all of those things. Where
Let's
do I start?
Let's see some reviews. About the author, Brendan Dilley was introduced to the world of self-help at the age of 11 by his mother, Lisa Kidder. At the age of 13, he was doing book reports on titles such as Think and Grow Rich. Oh, he did book reports, so of course he should write a book. Upon graduating from high school, Brendan went on to become a highly successful personal trainer, receiving a certification to the National Academy of Sports Medicine. Yeah, you can take that test online. It costs $10.
Brendan, why do I feel like you have never been a highly successful anything? I mean, I'm sure you get by shilling your coffee beans and your hats or whatever the fuck. But have you ever really been highly successful, Brendan? You ever run a business? You ever do anything of the sort?
Utilizing his unique form of self-development and body-altering training, Brendan became known for transforming clients' bodies as well as their minds.
Your mind.
It was wild.
I want to just say I wrote the foreword for Brendan Dassey's book.
Was it good, Jesse?
He's a patriot and a good American.
Brendan is also a single parent to his 3 children.
So you failed your children. So you failed as a parent as well and a husband.
What happened to your wife?
Yeah.
Sophia Rose.
So
Jasmine
a divorced single dad's going to tell me how I can fix my life? Is that what I'm getting? Is that what I'm getting here?
Currently, Brendan resides in Gilbert, Arizona, and works for the world of commercial real estate development.
Commercial real estate development. So I want to get this straight. A guy who is divorced, who shills Kafifi coffee, a single dad is going to tell me how I can have a better life.
Simplistic read for ignorant and the uneducated. Brendan's simplistic, vulgar, infused wisdom and teachings can only appeal to a certain type of deplorable. Let's read a good one. I found myself identifying with the same realizations in my life and appreciate the validation that there are others who face disappointments and this is all fake. These are all fake. Wisdom beyond his years. The most real, practical self-help book that all normal people should read. The book is an easy read, and it's like he's talking direct. Okay,
it's good. These are good reviews. These are really good reviews.
Let's see the real estate man in action.
You know, it's funny too because books are like the thing on Amazon that really have the most fakes, like fake reviews and all that shit. You can go to other products. You could tell when somebody wrote a real review about a product, like the headset mic that I bought or whatever. You could look it up and somebody would go, yes, I bought this and blah, blah, blah for an event. I tried it out. This happened. You could just hear how realistic it is. This is like, this book changed my life. It's beyond its years.
These are really, you're right. They're over-exaggerated stuff. Look at the book cover. Before we get to, we'll get to Dilley's video.
Dilley.
Wow, that is Cringe City, USA. Anyone got $13?
Would you give it 4 Sharpies?
I wouldn't give it 1 Sharpie. All right. Sorry. Let's see Dilley's Daily Dose.
I got to get my daily dose of knowledge.
By the way, this is topical. Look at this. This is Wednesday Wisdom. What's today, Mike? Wednesday. Ready for some Wednesday Wisdom?
How about I make you a longer title for your show, like Dick Sucking Dilley's Deep State Secrets?
Oh, it's good.
It's a tongue twister.
I like that.
How are you guys doing today? How's the audio? Yes.
Personal trainer, don't forget, this gentleman is shaping people's bodies. By the way, that's like if Mike and I were to go, you know what, man, I'm really good at giving health advice to people.
I feel like Willem Dafoe and Superman right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a bit of a personal trainer myself.
Yesterday's show actually had audio video lined up, which was pretty impressive. I thought that was kind of cool. Doesn't happen very often anymore.
Why?
Doesn't happen very often anymore. Typically, our audio...
Say everything twice. Say everything twice.
video are way off. Probably have the hardest scope in America to try and track down, given that they keep deleting Twitter accounts, deleting Periscope accounts, you name it.
Because they're after him, bro.
Who's after you? Why would a commercial
has become the modern day selling point on the internet? They're coming for me, man.
Why would a commercial real estate developer have high-level people in the government giving him drops? Think about
A
that.
commercial real estate guy from Arizona.
Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
fucking Saul Goodman over here.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, good job. Good job. You built the new Dunkin' Donuts. Congratulations, Dilley. Good for you. Oh, there's a new Wawa opening up.
No, commercial real estate development. I'm going to make a bet right now. Brendan Dilley owns a chain of those, you know, the really, really tiny, they almost look like kiosks in a parking lot.
Yeah,
that sell like cell phone stores or like
Yeah.
cigarettes. He owns like 3 of those.
Or one of those drive-up farm stores where they just have milk.
Beverage barns.
Yes.
He owns like 3 beverage
Yeah.
barns.
Or
and he's-
beverage castles.
Commercial real estate. Well, I own the properties too, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good morning and welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Dilley Show. This is a pro-America show.
He missed a great chance, too, by the way, to call his show the Dilly Wire, but whatever.
You know what? That would have been better.
I'm not going to tell you how to DJ.
Yeah, sorry.
This is an America First show.
Okay, so I would sue him immediately. All right?
You would.
If this guy were to come after me right now, I would sue him. I would sue his pants off. Okay?
Because that way, every time somebody's drunk and wants to listen to Ben Shapiro and they ask Alexa to play it, you might get Dilly.
Dilly Wire.
Hey, play Dilly Wire. Hey, it's Dilly. Like, what is this idiot?
He sounds like he should be telling you the sports scores on a local FM radio station.
Really does sound
You know what
like
I mean? Like
Chip the sports guy.
Yes, or or whatever, Laser, or whatever sports guy's
We're
name.
sending Laser down to the Hooters later on today. It's going to be great. We're going to have all kinds of Rock 99X T-shirts, prizes, giveaways, and, of course, tickets to see Eddie Money, of course, at the Civic Center. Go to see Laser later on today until he's just, yeah, man, I'm barbecuing some burgers out here at Sanders Ford. You're like, all right.
Why is he dressed like he's about to freestyle with Eminem?
Show. And as such, we've got sponsors for this beautiful show. It's lags today. It's lagging. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. But this is a pro-America show. And what that means...
Oh, can I point out something, too? Behind the scenes, I got to talk with Royce before the show today. We were talking behind the scenes, and I'm going to get us a coffee sponsor just to spite Dilly. I'm getting us a right-wing, Christian-based coffee company that's also local just to spite Dilly. I have no other reason to do this other than to spite Dilly.
And I'm all for it. I'm all for spiting Dilly.
And it's not Kafifi.
No.
is it's sponsored by MAGA entrepreneurs and MAGA patriots, all right? This is a big deal. This is something that I'm very proud of. We've managed to connect entrepreneurs who believe in this country with MAGA.
Is he a turtle? He looks like a turtle.
I'm just listening to his words, and it's all bullshit. You understand, Dilly, right? All these little shell companies they're all gonna go out of business, either in 2 years or in fucking 7 years, depending on what happens with this Trump situation. Now, you fucking retarded merchants have almost all but secured a defeat for Trump in the future here. The only thing that can save us, obviously, is the Democrats are doing everything they can to throw this. They're just throwing all women into the mix, and you're like, oh, God, I don't think you get it. This isn't going to work for you. What's the long-term plan for Kafifi bread? Like, Kafifi coffee isn't going to be a thing.
Right. No, you're right. It's especially with these news cycles and how quickly these things. So this is done. This is over. It's like getting a "What's up" tattoo in the night. Remember when that was big? The bud.
This is even worse though, because you built a company around this, and you built a company around. You go, oh yeah, that was that erroneous tweet this guy sent one time accidentally. It's a good thing, good foundation for your company.
Audience members and readers leave their heartfelt review on your content, on something that you work so tirelessly on, okay? So please support Julie Lavender today. If you purchase her book, you can use promo code Dilley for $5 off. It'll help.
I'm going to get into the
15.
meat of this. Here we go.
And I figured out finally,
we
first time
go.
in my life, what was a fact.
Okay, how quickly before he says a boomer talking point? How quickly before he says snowflake or triggered?
Right
In
now,
my mind, like how my brain worked, okay? I dug into it, and it was crazy is like once I
You know what his face looks like? It looks like his jaw's trying to run away from the top of his head. It looks like his jaw's running away from the top of his head.
It might be unhinging. He might like actually want to eat.
Oh, you're right.
A mouse.
Oh, you're right.
Might
Good
have to
point.
unhinge his jaw to swallow it whole.
Hey, reptile face. He should be singing a song to Mowgli.
I dug into what was triggering my own mental health issues. I eventually
Don't have a wife anymore because she left you?
came up with a game plan for how to like live, okay? And as I figured out how to live, I figured out how to think.
I figured out how to live. It's called being a phony. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pander to you boomers, right? And I'm going to pretend I have inside information because it worked for Q, you know?
And Bill Mitchell and Lionel and all these other faggots. They've all done the same gimmick. Posobiec and Cernovich and all these other blue check mark fucking. And you guys still don't like.
Jacob Wall. Don't forget him.
He's another one. All these people have blue check marks, and you motherfuckers go, yeah, man, they're so based.
Van Allen goes, I bet Dilley has a 311 tramp stamp.
But imagine seriously being affiliated with Trump, Pizzagate, right-wing conspiracies, and all this shit, right? Imagine being a guy like that. Now imagine he has a blue check mark right now, still in 2019. And you faggots still listen to some of these guys.
That's a really good point.
You are your routine, as crazy as it sounds, right? And so I rewired myself. It took me about a year and a half. I had always had, I never was suicidal, but I had suicidal ideation, right? Which is where basically...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is somebody who's been on the edge a few times. You could already tell. This is something, and I don't know if it's true, but I will say people in a similar situation, and Mike, you probably get a test of this, tend to self-medicate. You know what I mean?
People who self-medicate, which we're not saying he does.
No, we don't know if he does. Some
we
people
are
do.
not saying Dilley self-medicates,
Right.
but Royce brought up that, some people self-medicate. When you self-medicate, living in places like Arizona, New Mexico, those are good places to live. I'm just...
You're right. You're right. Kind of like when what's his face? Remember in Tombstone when he had to move out? It's better for my lungs. Is that why you're moving out there? Huh? It's better for your lungs?
And
The dry air is better for my lungs.
close to the border and plenty of medicine.
Don't worry, Dilley. I'll be your huckleberry.
You don't have the intent of ever harming yourself, but you think about dying all the time, right? And this is something that I had dealt with up until about age 32. I would think about not being around. And this was after I had published my book and was helping people, right?
So, by the way, guys, all of you that bought the self-help book or somebody who wanted to kill themselves, congratulations, guys.
But what was crazy is, people will tell you that you can't solve or cure your depression, and I just simply disagree. For me, I solved it. And I mean that, I would tell you guys straight up, I don't think about, and I haven't thought about that type of shit in years.
Then why are you bringing it up on your show? You think about it all the time. You wonder if this is you wonder because the entire kingdom you made around yourself is phony and it's fake. So it's one of those things where you made this fake persona around you, but you fooled yourself into thinking that you matter. Dilley, you don't matter, bud. You're not very important. You could buy as many Periscope views as you want.
Buy 'em on there.
Yeah. You could do that all you want. But you have to understand, you don't matter. You don't matter. And I'm not saying you don't matter like you don't matter to the movement. You don't matter as a human being.
Oof.
This is the truth. It's like the Klaus thing from American Dad. Your life's been lived 1 billion times.
Yeah.
Your life has been lived 1 billion times. Yeah, I know you were big into skateboarding when we were younger, and I'm sure you thought you were going to be a bassist for some Papa Roach cover band. It didn't work out to you. So you switched everything over to whatever this is. Whatever this, you're 40 years old, you dress like you're fucking an ICP.
He does dress like Jesse for Breaking
He
Bad.
does, doesn't? Yeah, Jesse, that's what he dresses like. Yeah.
Bad.
You don't matter. Now, here's the truth, Dilley. I know I don't matter. All right? but I'm not going to pretend like I do. That has been the theme of this entire episode. People thinking that they matter more than they do. You don't